All right, college football fans, I want you to think about your most exhilarating wins as a college football fan. So since you've started as a college football fan, from that first game you ever watched, what are the games that really stick with you and still put a smile on your face? What are those games, those losses that are excruciating that still stick in your craw, whether that meant a conference championship, a national championship, whatever it is, a rivalry game? This is what we're doing here on Mark Rogers TV. We're bringing in bloggers from all over the country. We've talked to Oklahoma State, Nebraska, and Michigan. We've got all sorts of bloggers on deck, USC, Texas on down the line, and we bring in Ben Cantor. He writes for the UConn site on SB Nation. Hey, Ben, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing just fine. So we got a football program here that really took off once it hit the FBS circuit, surprisingly to a lot of people. Obviously went to that BCS game against Oklahoma at the Fiesta Bowl. So your thoughts about those wins that still kind of make you smile, that are huge wins in UConn program history?
For me, it all started in, I would say, in 2006. There's a couple little gems that we had. It was a year where we didn't go to a bowl game or anything, but we had only been to one bowl game in our past in 2004 with Dan Orlovsky as our quarterback. And in 2006, we had this might only be UConn fans who remember these, but there was a game against in 2006. We had a double overtime win against Pittsburgh at home. It was Pitt was a good team. I think Larry Fitzgerald might have been on that team. Might have been a year after. But our quarterback was DJ Hernandez, Aaron Hernandez's brother, and he couldn't really throw the ball, but he was a dynamic runner. And then our running back was Donald Brown, and it was actually Donald Brown's breakout season. And we had a double overtime win, and that was just a thrilling game. I'll never forget watching that with my brother. I was 13, but that was one of my finest memories. And then UConn Notre Dame in 2008. It was our first win since the death of Jasper Howard, actually, which kind of shook up our program. It was he got stabbed outside. He was our starting cornerback, and it was a pretty big tragedy. And we went into Notre Dame, a school that obviously their tradition is one of the richest of any program, and we won a double overtime game there. And there's a pretty big Notre Dame alumni population in Connecticut, which, I mean, it's big everywhere. But I had a couple of Notre Dame fans that are my buddies, and that was one of the best feelings I've ever experienced. And then in 2009, we played West Virginia at home. We were 0-2 in the Big East Conference. It was not looking up, and we played them at home, and it was the first time we had beaten West Virginia, who was ranked 22. We had never beaten a ranked team, or we had beaten one ranked team before, which was an undefeated South Florida team in 2007. But in 2009, it was our first win ever against West Virginia. Unfortunately, they left our conference, and we don't get chances against them anymore. But we stormed the field. That was a very memorable game, and that actually started a 5-game win streak that led to us getting into the Fiesta Bowl and playing Oklahoma in what was kind of a shattering. But but that was a good time. And then, so those are our big ones. And then we had a couple big ones against South Florida in 2007 where they were undefeated. They were ranked 9th at the time. And then we played them in 2010, 2010 we had beaten them for what actually got us to the Fiesta Bowl. So actually that West Virginia game was in 2010, not 2009. But yeah, those are the ones that are dear to my heart.
Yeah, this is good stuff. We invite some people to join in and write in your comments. Of course, this hits everybody a different way. You've got different criteria, whether it means, that string of victories. You mentioned the 5 straight to get you to the Fiesta Bowl. Which one stands out? Because that has to be the landmark achievement of this football program, is getting to a BCS game, winning the conference championship outright. So, or maybe it's some game that just for whatever reason, because your cousin went to that school and always gives you a hard time. Whatever the criteria is, I think it's a great discussion talking about that's the reason why we watch college football.
Exactly.
to go through the games and for us really diligent hardcore college football fans, they stick with us for a long time. So Ben Cantor writes some good stuff for the UConn blog on the SB Nation for Connecticut Athletics. Hey, Ben, we appreciate your time. Unfortunately, we're going to have you back to talk about those losses because we've got to hit the downside too. So we're going to have Ben right back to talk about the worst losses he's suffered as a UConn fan. And again, we invite you to join in to help us take this one through. So we appreciate the time, Ben.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.